No, not fishing. When Uncle Ned gets going on fishing, it can last for hours. Well, says Uncle Ned, I was down at the river the other day. Jake. He breaks off as Jake joins the group. How's business, my boy? Thank God, saved from a 6-hour anecdote about a trout. Pretty good, Uncle Ned. Jake gives Uncle Ned his flashy smile. Got a few interesting deals coming my way, as it happens. I've been at the Global Finance Conference at Olympia this week. Have you ever been to it? Of course, Uncle Ned hasn't been to it. He used to work for an insurance company, but he was an office administrator in the working branch. Woking branch. What the fuck? Sounds like it looks like working, so I just read it as working. I had a brain lapse there. I'm not sure he ever made it to head office, let alone any global finance conference. But he never admitted to that. But he never admitted that. Those were the days, my boy. He says, as though he were there every year. Deal making and drinking and all the rest of it. He gives a throaty laugh. What happens at conference stays at conference, eh, Jake? I meant to that, says Jake, lifting his glass. They're such a couple of phonies. I know Jake only went to that conference because a friend of his had an extra pass. We had some times back at the firm, says Uncle Ned, blowing out smoke. The stories I could tell you. He makes an expansive gesture with a cigarette and knocks a glass off the sideboard where it was resting. It crashes to the floor, breaking into bits, and he frowns in annoyance. Damn it, he adds. One of you girls better clean that up. One of you girls, I instantly prickle again, but Mom steps in, putting a hand on Nicole's arm. Love, he says. Would you mind? And the MBA? Says Uncle Ned to Jake. Going well? Excellent, says Jake emphatically. It'll open so many doors. Okay, that was fucked up. He should clean that up himself. I mean, not because of the gender. It's just, yeah. I mean, that was just fucking weird. Why did he say what? It doesn't make sense there. I mean, just clean it up yourself, no? Nothing like letters after your name, affirms Uncle Ned. They carry on talking about qualifications and opportunities, but I'm not listening. I'm watching Nicole clear up the glass. She's hopeless. She's got a broom, but she's pushing it aimlessly at the bits of glass, spreading them around the floor, staring at her phone. Can't she look at what she's doing? She's sweeping shards all over the place. This is glass. Someone could get hurt. My fingers are drumming, and that way they do. I'm doing it too. Actually, see, I don't relate to this character, but I know the anxious tendencies that it provokes when you're around dumb people. You know. My feet have started pacing. Forward, across, back. Forward, across, back. I can't stand it any longer. I'll do it, I say in a sudden gasp. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same with my brothers and sister. Like, my sister used to be in this world, and my brother would argue with her about who my mom picked to go do something. And then it was like, I just got up and I'm like, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Because they're so lazy. Then I'm like, let's just not argue. Let me do it because you're so fucking annoying. You know, even if I wasn't there, my mom was upstairs, and it's just like I was upstairs. I mean, because I avoided my mom and my sister and my brother because they're irksome. You know, and or just my mom. Like she would never make up her mind or about the argument, so I would just be like, whatever. I'm here to do it. All right, shut up. I'll go get the fucking food. Because my mom didn't really like to talk to me either, or my relatives as well. So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just so you can just shut the heck up. You know, fuck off. You know what I mean? I'll do it. I say in a sudden gasp and grab the broom from her. Also, their incompetence. So, you know, in a sense, I mean, incompetence is a very rude word. I'll just say lack of dexterity. In a sense, lack of capacity. There you go. Innocent. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it. I say in a sudden gasp and grab the broom from her. We'll need to wrap this glass up in paper. Also, I have this drive to do it. I don't like. It's like I just want to do it. It's like why not? Let's do this thing, right? I reach for an empty bread basket and start picking up fragments with my fingertips. Oh, Fixie, you're brilliant, says Nicole vaguely. You always know how to do things. I was going to ask her to find some old newspaper, but she's already started tapping at her phone. So I carry on with my task. I'm craning my head to spot the shards of glinting glass on the floor. Wood. Effect floor. Whoa. I'm craning my head to spot the shards of glinting glass on the wood effect floor. and wrapping them in an old Radio Times when I hear Tim's voice booming above me. Ryan's back? I hadn't realized Tim had arrived at the party. So I stand up and say, "Hi, Tim," but Tim doesn't seem to hear. He stares at me with his bullet eyes, his dark hair plastered across his forehead, then says, "So are you two an item again? You and Ryan?" Trust bloody Tim to put me on the spot in front of everyone. "No," I say brightly. I mean, not no. Like, it's totally unthinkable, but. "So you're thinking about it," supplies Tim. "No," I almost squeak. "Yes, you are," contradicts Nicole, looking up at her from her phone. "You were talking about it with Mum." "Thanks a lot, Nicole," I think viciously. Yeah, when family knows you like someone, they're like, you like this person, you like this person, you like this person. That's exactly what they do. And that's why once I told my sister that I liked this girl, and she messaged her online, and she told her not to fucking like me. And sure, I mean, I made a bad mistake for even trying to like this girl, but not like that. But like, not that she was a bad person or anything. I mean, she kind of was, but not. That's not the point. She also was seeing someone maybe, and I got involved a little bit, and I pushed it too far. I shouldn't have said anything, I guess. And thinking back, and it, could have gotten me too or whatever the fuck, because the fucking guys, or punched, like fought. Guy tried to spit at me actually. I regret it though for saying it to her because she was just weird. But also, I was thinking about someone else in my life, and I'm like, yeah, I feel bad now that I did this. But she told her, and she told her not to like. The girl was like already, weird, like in terms of me liking her, like, and then it makes it even weirder when you got a sister messaging, "Don't like him." You know what I mean? Like, why do you gotta mind your beeswax? That's not up to you to say. But family will do that to you. You tell them. I told my sister, I'm like, "Yo, this girl, I like her," and what she does, she messages. I told her not to do it, and yet she still did it. Like, and then when she got mad, I had to put gum in her hair. But you know why? Because you don't do that to someone. It's not right. Like, I never said we were mean to one another. I don't keep that like bottled up, but I will tell you, I don't care if you're passed away like now or dead. I put gum in your hair for that cause. Like, you don't do that, You cross the line, and that's the thing people don't get, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye because you're fucking with me. It's like fucking Peter Parker letting that robber go through. I mean, he missed the part where that's his problem. Sure, Uncle Ben might have died, but guess what? Peter didn't know that at the time, and he didn't give a fuck. But even then, it's like you got to keep your eyes peeled because you don't give a fuck because just because someone's dead doesn't mean that they didn't do something wrong to you. It's not that you're happy they're dead or something like that because that would be fucked up, right? Or not really, but like it's fucked up because you would think that that's fucked up because it's a fucked up thing, mostly. Like, yeah, you don't want to like smile at someone's past, right? So, but you have the right to say what you think is truth, and that pisses off my brother, which leads to this toxic chain reaction of you can't speak your mind. It's like saying the N word. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? This is why people don't like me. But guess what? I don't care because when you could just say no. You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to know? You have a boyfriend? You know what I mean? Am I supposed to know that you hate me? Am I supposed to know I can't say this word? Or, yeah, can't do whatever the fuck I think so? No. And people just like to punch at things. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, so might as well play dumb then because you don't get that check of the ball. If I'm gonna check it to you, I'm gonna spike it at you because you play dumb. You want to break my fingers on the basketball court. We'll see who wins that tough fight. And so, of course, siblings, bro. Never talk to them for that reason. Mostly, you never know when they snap back and betray you like that. And I've learned not to talk to people online as well. They all have their shit opinions. I just learned from their tools of the trade, the things that you learn from the crafts section. And I'm not really one to teach much, So I take more than I give, but I at least give something out to something. Like I actually speak on things sometimes. It means nothing, right? These are just words, or what do you call them? Sweet nothings? Not really. It's more like say so's and shit. Sweet nothings is kind of sexual, but I don't even know what to call it. It was just a word for it. I don't know. So yeah, but I mean, you can learn from what I just phrase as, like even then it's like you can learn from the surroundings of what, or like how I do things like this. I don't know, or what I seem to speak of. I mean, it's not much. You can try to like glean stuff. In a sense, like that's what we all do, and how our experiences shape who we became. All right, enough of that though. Just siblings, you gotta keep an eye, because especially if my door doesn't lock, man, I feel unsafe in this room. I mean, but treat them like you like to be treated, but they like to mock you, and that's the bad thing about people. So you can't fall in love without someone getting your ass for it. It makes me mad. I'm like, get off my dick, bro. Like, if you're not there for me, what do you want from me? You know what I mean? Like that's what I always tell peeps, and it makes me sad when they think, oh, but I'm not dead yet, or I'm dead. Why are you talking about me? Like, I meant to say I'm dead. Why are you talking about? So yeah, like, what the fuck? You know, whatever. You get what I meant. Thanks a lot, Nicole. I think viciously, but what could I really do with is what I could really do with is for the conversation to move on. But Tim persists. How long were you two together for? No time. I try to laugh it off. 10 days, nothing. And I mean, he lives in L.A., so yeah. Tim nods slowly. I mean, L.A. It's a different standard, isn't it? The women, I mean, they do things to their lips, their boobs. Plus, they don't age. He adds. I mean, yeah, you could say that, but really, dude, is it all of them? Not all of them are hot. I mean, it's not all that cracked up to be. I mean, they're all right. Some of them are cute. They're industry plants. They're really good looking models, yes, but do they have any kind of thing to give you besides their looks? All it is just a prettier version of you, but you like them because of that. I mean, and even then, they suck worse than you. Maybe, who knows? I mean, they don't work at all. You actually have to work, and who knows why they don't work? They just get paid to not work. Who knows why? It's because they're pretty. But would you rather you be the one who makes money and not them? Of course. So think, dumbass. Keep them on the pedestals, dude. Unless they don't age. He adds, warming to his topic. You're a whole year older than the last time you saw Ryan. In LA years, what's that, a decade? That's what, a decade? Bro, this is what I mean. Like, if I were ever famous, if I was ever involved in LA, I would not be like, yeah, it's been a decade. If it is a decade, it feels like it's a day to me. I'm like, damn, time really flew that much? Up, gorgeous. It's not like LA does not mean fucking fake. You know what I mean? Or L. I might catch some slack for this, but LA does not mean L gay. You know what I mean? Or L lame or L say pay. You know what I mean? L pay. Yeah, L pay. It's like this snarky ass fucking weirdo freaking fragrant faggot shit. You know what I mean? The homosexuals perpetuate that agenda. I mean, I didn't mean to call them out, but this is why I don't support gay culture. Also, they try to touch you inappropriately, but that's besides the point. It's like, what are you trying to? You trying to like make us all like subversive to like some sort of like family picture, which you want us to, and that's the thing. It's like they like to talk shit. You know what I mean? That's the point I'm trying to make here. You know, it's like all this big conglomerate metrosexual fucks. Like they're like, you may not be gay, but you have to be metrosexual. No, but I had a bad experience, like bad experiences with gay people. So that's why I feel like, I guess I just spoke out of turn. I didn't mean to say I'll gay or gay people are fucking faggot talking shit. It's just I had bad experiences with them. Like one time a gay guy touched my ass. Another time fucking gay guy went up to me after when I went to the Ariana Grande concert where I fucking threw the book at her, well, kind of near her, and she caught it and she threw it away to the side of the right side of her right hand, I guess, when she was walking to the backstage after her last song, encore of her last song, "Dangerous Woman" and the Dangerous Woman tour, March 1st, 2017. Never forget that day. I I I do. No, well, she does. I don't. I mean, that's what I meant. And so the gay guy walked up to me at the Philadelphia bus stop at night, and he's like, "Hey, dad," he's like, "Poppy," I'm like, "What the fuck? I don't want anything to do with this, man." I guess that traumatized me. I guess because I was at least I was young enough to fight back, and I was healthy enough to fight back at that age. My tooth still hadn't crashed into my mouth, so I was still alert and aware of everything going on around me. Well, in a sense, like I was like 20, 20, actually 20, so I was in prime physical conditions. But the gay guy walks in and is like, "You don't want some of this?" Like, I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, he kept going. Like, I'm like, "What? Yo, bro, I'm not gay." He's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "I not say I'm not gay." Fuck. And that's the thing with siblings and even Fixie. But Fixie does not try to fix it. And gay people have a habit. I mean, this is the habit. They have a habit of ignoring things. Like, sure, gay marriage should be legal. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. But what they do is, like, they're like, "Oh, whatever. Like, you're gonna look fabulous." You know what I mean? And it's like, are you sure it's all about the looks and the fur and the whole club looking at her? She hit the floor. Like the promiscuity. You know what I mean? And I'm like, the scandals. And I'm like, and the gas from the mouth. You know, the Indians invented this shit. It was like, whoa, 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 and they made it into, I want to get fucked in the butt crack. And that's what metrosexual culture has made our fucking stronghold become. Become. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they call people like me fuckboy gentrified bums who confident homeless people. And I'm like, bitch, if it wasn't for me saving your ass from a fight, you would be fucking killed. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, like, because they don't unleash their masculine energy. They're not proud of it. So whenever I see one of them, I'm like, you think you're so smart, aren't you? Yet you take no pride in being a guy. And it makes me feel weird. You know? I'm like, sure, I'm a dirty ass creep, right? But I'm not trying to fake myself to be what you want, you know? I guess that's my thoughts on them, you know? It's like, why should I pretend to care for someone I don't like, you know? And they want me to do that. I'm like, no way, Jose. There's no way I'm gonna look at you and be like, yeah, I'm so happy that your fucking life is great. No, you piss me off, you know? And that's the thing with Fixie and her fucking Tim and fucking Ryan and the gay people and all the scandal surrounding this case with Ariana Grande and shit and her gay brother and shit and how they talk so much shit behind the scenes. But and to people I like, just straight women who have very good values, like Pokimane, they talk this shit to her, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Get out of my life. And that's the thing with gay people. They never stop coming at you. They're relentlessly gay. You get what I mean? You know? As much of a fucking freak as I am, if a girl tells me I don't want to see you in my life again, in my ever, I will walk away as soon as I hear that. Like, I can't do that. Gay people are like, hey Randy, I want to see you, even if I got rejected 100 fucking times. because I'm a hopeless romantic, and they get away with it. There's a double standard, and that's the thing. The double standard is like, oh, I'm your friend. I'm just here to give you some style tips. It's like that Taylor Swift video, Bejeweled. This is why I got so mad. I remember that. She's like, I kept the castle, but I ghosted him. And that's the exact culture that these people have. These Hollywood fucking clones. That's why Ryan is like, you know, kind of like, smart about it because he's not trying to get fucked. You know what I mean? And sure, someone could be dead or alive, but doesn't change the fact that you're weird and gay for asking about him. Let Ryan live his life, man. Ryan Seacrest, who the fuck? But this is the thing. When you ask them, like Ariana picture with Mac Miller, when Ryan Seacrest asked her, what does this picture mean? And she goes like, what do you think it means? What it means? And it's like, bro, bitch, you're posting it. You know what I mean? It's like, shut the fuck up. You know what you're doing, dude. You're rolling on the floor with this guy in a very forward manner where it's like, you could be his, piece of, other half thing going on here, girlfriend thing. And, it's like, it's not speculation if you're that close physically and making contact that way. It's like, you don't normally hug people unless you have some sort of close affection with them. And if it's opposite sex, they're gonna ask you, "Are you dating?" You know what I mean? And you get offended by that. And that's the thing of gay people. Like they guard themselves so well, but when you catch them in the act, it's like catching a rose. It has a thorn in it. You don't want that. That's why I don't fuck with them, bro. And they call us misogynists. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't know. Just because I don't want to wear that shit, or be nice and play nice, it's like it doesn't make me some sort of fucking asshole. You live your nice life with your fucking dog, your chihuahua in your purse with a pink purse. Kiss your man. I don't give a fuck. As long as you don't make me watch. 'Cause I don't want to watch. And don't grill me for hating you for looking at you that way. I don't give a fuck. We all suffer this sort of shit. You see me? I look like shit. And I shouldn't be looking like shit, just like you. But guess what? At least I don't fucking shove a fucking dildo up my ass every time I get mad. Like, there's limits to this. And gay people take it up the ass. You know what I mean? They never stop. That's why I don't. It's like, you're gonna break a bone, dude. And these chameleons, they perpetrate this gay culture like you gotta be a clean neat guy or else I'm kick your ass. And then the police culture starts again and they're like, oh, I need a dumbass. Like if I was dumb they'd use me to fucking help them. Like, you know it's just like fucked up. And they act all buddy buddy like, oh yeah, he was my friend, when in reality you don't care. You're just like, I see you as a competitor because they act this way around your girlfriend and they don't respect your boundaries. And that's the thing, you know? This is why I don't see eye to eye with them. Because they grind with your girl at clubs. Like, the girls like to dance. And when the gay guy dances near your girl, I'm like, what you be doing, boy? You know what I mean? It's like love culture. And I'm like, no. And it's like they're always like announcing themselves. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't give a fuck where you're from, dude. Like, look at me. I'm gay, but I'm not creepy. Or like, which kind of gay are you? Like, bro, what do you want from me? Just because I'm not gay doesn't mean I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, it's not white men are the devil. It's straight white men are the devil. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck? And to be called racist and to be called a fucking, you know, degenerate, it's not cool, dude. It really isn't cool. Because, I know gay people say the N word too. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Or they're like, subconsciously creepy to others, and no one bats an eye. Oh yeah, he's fine because he looks fine, so he's fine. I'm like, bro, I don't care what you think. If this guy's trying to pull strings, I'm gonna fucking smoke his ass. I don't care if he likes it or not. Okay, that missile's going right in his mouth, and by that I mean an actual heat-seeking missile. Like from a tank. It'll explode, but his skull will fly off, blow up, and explode. No. What's the word? Disintegrate? I don't know. What am I saying? Sometimes I just say